I'm so tired. Off. Hey Angela, buenas noches. Yeah, I'm using a tablet. Yeah. What's up, Mr. Man? Hey Caputo, I haven't seen you in a while, man. Hey Jab. Jab, what do you think of my new wallpaper? I'm not drawing Tammy tonight. Are you supposed to have someone to tell Eve that Odette and Grace's children are MC children? I don't think so, Templar. You want to break some hearts? Hey, Trickster. Yeah, it's gonna be this is like a marketing piece for the game that we're gonna probably use at some point when the game is more like close to being done and stuff, you know. Like when the game is more closer to being done, we'll use this as like a promo kind of piece or whatever, you know. I mean, we'll probably use it before then, but it's like the main purpose of it, and we're not really doing any promo or marketing right now, so. turns to gold. Billboard in Times Square. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah, Army. I'm good. How many changes are you gonna take place between then and now? Oh, a lot probably. It's okay. Touch. MC is an image of 80s kung fu VHS movie says us that you probably will fix some pose and fighting. Yeah, probably will. Yeah, some of the old fighting poses. Moronic is here. Can you frag him in voice chat? He's not on work. Using them because I'm like too bitter to buy a new one. So I'm like, fuck you, wake up. I don't really need my pens to work that well when I usually do the art for sometimes Saga because it's so basic. But this is like more refined a little bit. My brushwork, I have to be more careful, and you can tell like my pens are like barely working now, which is very annoying. But I'm probably gonna buy a new one soon. I'm gonna cave. I'm gonna cave to Wacom's demands for my money. Keep buying their stupid pens. I don't know if this is good. Up above. You lost in your bed pizza? Yeah, that happens. Really, Joaka? Is it the Pro Band 2 or whatever? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with mine. Maybe I do drop them more than most people. I don't know. I don't know. Like the tracking gets all fucked up after a while. Like I can't track like my brush strokes are not tracking properly. And then if I buy a new pen, it like miraculously like it just works fine. So it's definitely the pen. Like I don't know. I don't know. You got choice DC? What do you mean? I might just do this stick on in color actually. Yeah, whatever. Come to me. Baby, baby. Hey, Elf. The nib gets pretty fucked up. Yeah, it's not the nib the problem. What's going on? That's Roxy, not Annie. Annie's here. She's on the other side, but I haven't like drawn her yet. I'm working on her next after I'm done with Roxy. Roxy's the poster girl for Summertime Saga, so she needs some love, you know what I mean? Up above. Problem is we have to show. It's like in my mind he's just, you know, ethereal. Like he's
turn
just.
the sound off. I'm getting a wicked echo here.
Yeah, you gotta turn off the stream.
Okay, there we go.
Why are you so tired, DC?
Can you borrow my children for like a month and you will talk about it after, okay? You can wipe their butt, you can take him to school and pick him up from school. You can make their lunch, you can make their breakfast, you can dress them up, you can, wipe their ass, you can do everything you want.
Doesn't
You wiped
sound
their ass
appealing,
twice.
I'm not gonna lie.
You can do all of that if you want. And then you come tell me how much energy you have.
How is Cece's foot?
It's good. It's healing. Yeah, she's walking on the cast now, right? So no crutches anymore.
That's good.
Yeah.
I had a broken ankle myself at one point.
Yeah.
So did you tell the story of how she broke her foot?
There's no story. She just stepped funny off a curb.
It just randomly broke one day? Oh, okay. So she's just clumsy and broke her foot.
Yeah, like she was perfectly sober.
Have you been giving her the appropriate amount of shit for that?
Oh yeah. She's sick of hearing from it now.
You have to make up some kind of insane story to tell people.
Yeah. No, just step funny. That's what happens with age. That's what I keep telling her, and she hates it.
The
Yeah,
worst thing you could say.
You gotta tell people that she broke her foot climbing a mountain in Germany, right?
Yeah, of course. That's what we tell everyone. Ooh, that's creepy with the red eyes.
Yorick is asking what made you decide to do the splash page, which I'm curious
I
about
started a long
myself.
time ago. I don't know if anyone remembers, but I did like a first take on it like a long time ago, and then I stopped because I didn't have time to like finish it, because it's like it takes time. Like if I want to make this look kind of nice, it's not like the assets in game.
Yeah, it's stepped up a bit, certainly.
That are usually very
Very
rushed.
stylish.
Yeah, and it's like attention to detail. I'm actually like caring about the line quality and all that. So
Yeah, unlike the rest of the game, right?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Anyway.
That is art for pipeline, you know. I gotta
Yeah.
be efficient.
Yeah.
It's a skill in itself.
Gotta be quick. Yorick, I started working on this last week, and then every day I do a little bit. Like every day I do like a character or two, and then yeah. So I'm like getting there. Almost done.
I was expecting an older sounding voice for Moronic. He sounds
yeah?
very young.
I'm in my mid-30s.
There you go.
Well, all right. Well, you're right in line with me and DC then.
Yeah, I'm like metaphorically a giant child, not literally.
Oh, yeah. Right in line with me and DC. Just keep it up. Yeah. So did you finish The Witcher yet, DC?
No, I stopped after 3 episodes. I really try though, honestly. Like, it's not bad. It's just there's only so many like I don't know. It's okay. It's okay, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't know. I'm getting old, man. I think I just.
If you've never played the game, is it worth watching?
Oh, I don't know. I played half the actual game a while ago when it came out.
I have never.
Do you
played
like fantasy things?
Yeah, I do.
Like high fantasy? Okay. Do you like boobs?
Can't complain.
All right. Well, there you go. It's worth watching. It's decent fantasy with some good boobs in it.
All right, maybe
At
I'll
least
check it out.
season 1.
I have not watched anything I thought was particularly good in a long time.
Like, you don't like the Yennefer stuff, right, DC?
There's a lot of characters I don't like.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
all the Henry Cavill stuff is awesome. Like, everything with him in it is great, and then all the shit with Yennefer in it is just, like, boring, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's some, yeah, it's up and down. I don't know.
Mm.
Carla seems to think that Roxy needs horns, but Carla, we don't want to, copy your likeness in her character, all right?
Jab, life is fine. I got nothing to complain about, really. How are you doing?
Oh, for sure, Dynatron. Game of Thrones is way better than The Witcher in every metric.
Oh,
Is it?
from your description, Sploosh, I kind of assumed it was similar because boobs and fantasy was
Yeah, it's in the
pretty
same
good
vein, just
summation
not
for
as
Game
good.
of Thrones.
Game of Thrones was great until the last season, then it was shit.
That is the consensus, and hard to disagree with.
That's another series that DC can't watch.
I,
You never watched
I,
Game of Thrones?
I
Really?
watched the majority of it, but I watched like 2 episodes of one season and 3 episodes randomly of another. You know what I mean? Like it's scattered, and I watched them while I was working, so I refer to all the characters by like the dragon bitch, the queen bitch, the nice guy that got killed, like things like that. You know what I mean?
Continuity was the strength there, so that is not the way to watch.
The Sean Bean bitch.
What?
Nothing. You just every character you described was bitch.
Yeah. Well, because there's a lot of bitch characters. There's a lot of assholes, a lot of bitch, a lot of rapists, a lot of assholes. Like it's just every character is.
You're right. They should have called it Game of Bitches. You know what I'm saying?
The only character that was nice was the midget, and I called him midget, and it's terrible.
The midget bitch.
The midget bitch. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I just watched a really weird movie with him in it the other day that was really good. He was like a survivor in the apocalypse by himself,
Oh really?
which, you know, a midget
Yeah.
alone
yeah.
in the apocalypse, that's got to suck.
Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah.
But it was interesting.
fucking bracelet. You know, we don't even have the bracelet in most of the poses in game as well. Actually, there's a few characters that have like little things on them, like in terms of like fashion.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away.
Like nothing I felt, my mind overwhelmed. I think that I'm broken, but I hope you can't help. I know I'm not perfect, but some days I feel far more worthless. Baby, you make me feel nervous. If I still have you, I have purpose. It's all worth it.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. I guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away.
Here, it might be Eric's mom, but a lot of the devs are bitching about it, so I don't know. Maybe I'll do
You're gonna have to
some
jam everyone in there to please everyone again, or you're gonna
that's
get
how
angry
it
emails.
is. Yep, even within devs. The thing is, like, I kind of wanted like the room, like the characters at home. I mean, yeah, they're important characters, but I felt like I wanted the bottom row to be all the students, basically all the schoolgirls that you kind of like encounter in the game and you can romance, right? So they're pretty important. And then you have Anon in the middle, who's a fighter. So it makes sense to have Master Sumrak in front of him as his teacher, right? Now the top had to be like, kind of like the bad guys and the crucial characters and the like progression of the story and like father figure and all that kind of stuff, right? So Harold is pretty important, so I wanted him there. I wanted Mrs. Smith because she's a principal of the school and she's gonna be a pretty bad like character, right?
Yeah, we have to read into that for now.
Yeah, and then Raz is
Very
obviously at the top,
suggestive.
his eyes, because he's kind of like secretive until you discover him. And then I wanted to have dynamic poses on the top left and top right, right? Something a bit more dynamic than just like stiff poses. So I was like, oh yeah, I have this like really cool shot of, you know, Coach Bridget, so I'm gonna use that with the cards. It's gonna look cool, right? So now I want another dynamic shot on the left. But you know, if I do Jenny or Debbie or Diane, it's like, what kind of dynamic shot am I gonna do of them? You know, like Diane throwing a cucumber in the air, like I don't know, like.
Tony and his pipe.
Well, I was gonna do Tony in his pipe or Tony throwing a pizza in the air or something like that, you know. But
What's
I can
with the
also
cards,
do.
though,
But I
actually?
wanted to do Mrs. Johnson, like Eric's mom, doing a yoga pose at first, which I thought would be cool because I could kind of mirror the poses for both characters. So I thought that was like well fitting. But yeah, I don't know.
What about Angelica? Because she's going to be a pretty big antagonist once we get
but
back to reworking
what
the
dynamic
episode.
pose am I going to do with Angelica?
Prayer.
Well, I could say stuff, but I don't want to spoil her update.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
So, which is why you probably wouldn't do it anyways. Even if I did suggest it and you liked it, you'd be like, "Oh, it's a spoiler. We can't do it."
Yeah. So I'm gonna do the other
Just
character. Like next month, we release the entirety of all the content we planned for this game, right? Like the entire game is done in a month now, right? In 3 months, someone's
Asking
gonna
for
message me.
DLC.
Yeah, like, so is that all there is? Like, is that really it, DC? Like, that's all you got? Like, I can't do this? Like, really? Like, I always thought I could be able to do this, DC. Like, that's disappointing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always gonna be like, it really doesn't matter. But
I always wondered if you guys
The main character, but people are gonna shit on that because of his hair or something. I don't know. They're all kind of equally designed, honestly. I didn't spend a lot of time designing any of the characters, to be honest. They're kind of all pretty rushed, but they all have their own quirky,
I'd say Eve and Grace and that whole tattoo crew has
a little
they
bit
have
more.
a look of polish to me.
Yeah,
They have
maybe
a little more zhuzh.
Yeah, I could agree with that a little bit for sure. But I think, yeah, like the new Debbie is pretty solid.
Hmm.
I think all the characters that have been redone recently are pretty solid, but a lot of them, it's like it's the combination of, because whenever I rework a character, right, I think first of all I think, okay, the line work is garbage. Like the quality, the art quality needs to be upped, right? Which I obviously do for each of the rework that I do, right? But at the same time, sometimes I'm like, the design of the character itself could be stronger, but I feel like I can't really touch it because people are
Yeah, they've
like,
grown attached to the original design.
exactly, right? And I had a huge backlash when I
Roxy was ruined the second she opens her mouth. Shintori, I couldn't disagree more.
Who?
He said Roxy was ruined the second she opens her mouth.
Did she though?
Her personality is like the whole draw.
Yeah, but
she's a bitch.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like that, some people like that though. They want to tame
No,
her.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's
usually do is I color the line work and then I do my rim light, bounce light, and all that.
Do you do all the rendering on one layer?
Yeah. Kind of.
Wow. Bold choice.
No, sometimes
Very
I like.
confident.
Sometimes I divide it, but honestly, it's all about speed with this project.
Mm.
Like I can't take too long finishing this. Like I have other shit to jump on after, so I kind of have to like so I do everything in like one layer sometimes. I'll block things out in separate layers. Like I'll do like the color in a different layer and then like line work in a different layer and stuff like that. But for the most part, I'll have a lot of stuff happening in the same layer for sure. It's faster. I don't have to go like back and forth between layers to like manage layering basically. Like I can just
Yeah, given the size of your files too, the less layers you have, probably the better.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to like So Laconic, how long are you gonna work in the real estate for?
Oh god, I don't know. I hate this job. But I don't know. I don't have a lot of prospects going here, so
Uh,
I don't know where I'm gonna end up.
I think eventually something's gonna push you to the limit. You know what I mean? And you'll have to make a move. It's what happens to every artist.
I guess so.
I've had that happen to me when I was at a good job.
Yeah, but you were already like in the biz. I
Yeah.
have an illustration degree, but I never actually did anything with it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna have to. I don't know. Like I said, eventually something's gonna snap, and you're gonna have to make a move.
Let's just hope I don't kill anyone in the process. But that was actually one of the things that kind of drew me to the project, because initially I wasn't really like the incest thing kind of drove me off, to be honest.
Yeah.
I realized that's like the draw for a lot of the crowd here, but I
Yeah.
was not into it at all.
Yeah.
But I popped into one of the streams one day, and the streams of what have like kept me in here, interested really.
Not the incest.
But I was watching the stream, and it was, I think, before Slush was even hired to write. I think the first update that I was like active in this chat was Aqua, or Jenny's second pass.
Yeah.
And it was basically just like watching one guy with a similar skill set to what I have make a video game. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you have in mind how Mia will be reworked? You mean her story? Or her character? I mean, I already reworked her character a little bit recently. But her story... I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to reveal too much. I mean, we talked about it a little bit with Sploosh, so we kind of have an idea of like things that are going to change about Mia and her parents and like Angelica and all that. Like I think the priest will have a little bit more screen time as well and stuff like that. But yeah, we're not gonna reveal too much because even if we said like something like an actual thing that we're planning for Mia, we might change it in the end, and then you'll be like, wait, you said you were gonna do this for Mia. It's like, oh yeah, right, we did, but we changed our mind when we were doing the update, and so yeah, there's no point in really like talking about it too much yet. But don't worry, Mia and Eric's stories are. I want them to be a lot stronger, obviously, but
I think one thing that's safe to say is that when we get around to reworking Mia's story, it will feel more like Mia's story and not Helen's story.
Yeah, for sure. Same with Eric. Like, I feel like it's gonna be more like about friendship than just getting him stuff to get laid with his mom. I mean, you're still gonna get laid with his mom in his.
I don't know how that's gonna go over.
Yeah. Like, you're still gonna get to bang her, but I feel like the story will be more meaningful than just get him some items and then her pants drops, right? Like,
people rag on Eric as a bad friend, and I'm like, I don't see it. He seems like a pretty chill dude. He
Yeah, but
doesn't
you
mind
buy
you
him
like
stuff.
nailing his mom. Yeah, but like in exchange for him like taking a shitty cafeteria job, wasting his entire summer like slinging sloppy joes. That's pretty good, friend. But I wouldn't take a minimum wage job for my friend. Oh yes, of course, landlady.
Sorry. Yeah, landlady, of course.
But at the same time, if you get all the goodies without, I don't know, I guess working for it or with
Hey DC, I have something outrageous I'd like to say.
Oh fuck, here we go. What?
Is it
What's
about
going on
adding...
with what's going on with Judith's tits in this?
They're not big enough, are they?
Well, they're just kind of like levitating, like she's wearing a bra, and she's
Okay.
like one of her big story beats
Here's
is
the
she doesn't
thing.
wear a bra.
At first, I made them actually to what it is in game, and it was so big it started to like take over the logo in the corner. So I had to like move them.
And you view that as a negative thing?
Well, kind of needed space for the logo of the game, so I had to modify my
I
tits.
guess. All right.
Sorry.
They are looking very supported.
Oh shit, Killer Blue's here? What the fuck? Killer Blue, go to bed. Actually, don't go to bed. We don't see you very often. Stay here. Screw tomorrow, man. Tomorrow can wait. Am I right? You just finished work? Da, da, da. so, but I think it'll be story dependent on some characters. Like, yeah.
Mr. J, there was no afternoon stream today, so we didn't see any work other than the stuff on this poster.
Hey, Rosaba. Thanks, Bruni. Yeah, this is going to be used as a wallpaper and maybe loading screen. I don't know. I don't know if it's really a loading screen material. I think it's more promotional piece material, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
MC on the Bike is a pretty solid starter adventure loading start screen.
Yeah, that's more menu. I think they mean like loading this. Like right now, the loading is like the company logo, and then I think
splash screen.
Yeah,
they're
like
called splash screens.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if it's just me or not.
Well, we have a splash screen and a loading screen. We have both, right? Anyway.
The one that has the logo does not display properly on Mac OS.
Oh.
I don't know if that is just me, though.
You play on a Mac?
I do.
Ugh. Despite knowing this new fact, I still like you, Laconic.
Thanks, Cookie. Our love is too strong to be done in by such petty grievances.
Well, I wouldn't call it petty. I think it's factual, but you know.
Okay. H212, I'm not pronouncing that whole thing. They don't give estimates for the updates, so it'll be done when it's done. Follow the progress tracker, the news posts on the website, and the stream, and you will be kept abreast of the situation.
Laconic's a pro, man. Look at that. He said that perfectly. Like I've said it a trillion times.
Mm-hmm. I understand getting frustrated with people asking every 15 minutes, but I feel like people jump down other people's throats and it's like their first time in the stream. I feel for that a little bit.
Okay, this is pretty good.
Night, Connie.
Okay, Connie. Smokey. All right, I'll look at it. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go in a little bit. Okay. So what I do next is I try to like blend in the bottom of the body a little bit. With the background, I guess. So I just do like a bunch of brush strokes to kind of like blend it in a little bit. Which is pretty straightforward.
You mask it out or just paint right over it?
I just delete that shit right over. Come on, Laconic, you know me better than this.
All these destructive techniques.
Come on, come on. You know me. I gotta make this bigger.
Not zombie. The wallpapers are for $5 tier, I think.
Might be more. I don't know. I don't remember. I think it's for the high rollers, which is like 10 and higher, maybe. I'm not sure. But if you DM me on Discord, I'll send them to you if you want. It's like, I hate putting paywalls on stuff. Like, it's just, you know. It's like people message me and I'll just send it to them. Like, it's not a big deal. But
You don't get the high rollers angry that you're giving away their exclusive goodies.
No, because a lot of the high rollers, they're supporting the project to support the project, not for the like little things that you can get like access on the website or whatever. Like that stuff is pretty trivial, you know. Like I think
overall, I would agree. I feel like the access to the community is what keeps people interested.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Brunissimo says, I think it's called a mold parting line on the lollipop. That's probably correct. Do you like Willy Wonka, Brunissimo? You have the inside track on candy factories? Okay. Industrial design knowledge.
Yeah. Okay. Are we good? Is this good? Should I do more highlights on her breasts and stuff? Or maybe even on.
I feel like my stream keeps freezing.
It's your crappy, you know, Midwest internet, obviously.
Pretty sure my internet's better than yours, sir.
It is, but come on. I was just trying to poke fun.
Always the troll.
Oh, come on. We only tease the ones we love. You know this.
Man, you must love me a lot.
TC has a lot of love to give, apparently.
Yeah.
Giving it out all over.
It's all love, Sploosh. You just don't get it, okay? You don't get it.
DC really loves me, and he really loves the UK.
Okay, I'm gonna bump down the saturation. Bump up the lightness, so she blends with the background a bit better. There you go.
Hase Senpai, he said he was going to add, I think, 2 more characters to it, but I don't know that you're going to get more than that. That might get a little too packed.
Yeah, I think I'm done after this. In terms of
Why, what's up with the cards?
Oh, it's the poker game.
Yeah? Is that being,
Re-added at some point? Yeah.
I feel like it's an odd feature to highlight at this point in time.
Well, I think eventually it'll have more weight in the game a little bit. Like it'll be fun and but like part of the stories more and like I think when we revisit Eric, like I think the poker game could be a lot more fun and like better done. And I'm not talking like the feature of the mechanics of the poker game. I'm talking more like the story around it. You know what I mean? Could be more.
Yeah, you have to
fun
build the scenarios.
Yeah.
Bump face, the screen is fine on my end. Will you give it a reload?
Yeah, I just keep having to reload because it just keeps freezing, but that's alright. I'm only half paying attention anyway.
It's all good. Oh, Stray's here. What?
Dark Hero says, "Why does this look like the cover of the next Tekken game?" I can see it.
Those characters are way cooler than the Tekken characters. I mean, come on. Girls with giant breasts. Everyone would love this way better.
What are you talking about? You just described half the cast of Tekken.
Yeah,
Do they all
that's
have
actually
really big
that's
breasts? I
probably
thought
true.
it was more like fighter games are more like big thighs than big breasts, you know?
I think that's more Dead or Alive is known as that game, the 2D fighting game.
Isn't Tekken the one that's got that Mira Shirai or whatever? That's the Japanese girl that's basically wearing tissue paper and has huge tits?
I
That
don't know.
is actually Fatal Fury.
Or is that King of Fighters?
Fatal Fury and King of Fighters, I think, cross over in some way. They're all Capcom, so
Okay.
they like trade characters.
Yeah.
Oh, King of Fighters.
I used to be way into fighting games. Now I'm too old.
I was never good at them.
Too old for fighting games. What? Like it's too
Yeah, they
those
require
reflex-
like young man reflexes and
Oh.
hands that actually work.
I think it's more that it requires time to get good at it.
That too, yeah.
Like there's certain games you can play and you can suck at it and still enjoy it and kind of go through the entire thing, right? But then there's games like fighter games, you can't really go through it unless you grind the shit out of it until you're really good at it and you kick ass, right? Like, I don't know.
The new Street Fighter, I think, actually has they're putting in a mode that simplifies the controls, like to make them more similar to like casual fighters, like Smash Brothers or something.
Maybe I'll check it out. Man, I put literally thousands of hours into Street Fighter 4. I love that game.
Oh,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How many hours?
Thousands.
Really?
Yeah, well, I had a group of friends at the time that all played it.
Oh,
And
damn.
so we would like practice together all the time and shit. And then they added a mode where you could do like teams, which was awesome. And so we do like 3v3 matches against other people online and stuff. It was
Oh,
awesome.
That's cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I had a friend who was like a savant at Marvel vs. Capcom too. He used to like hustle people at the arcade.
Oh, I got a good story about that. I had a employee, an artist. I used to manage 4 teams of artists on 4 different projects, all right, as an art director. And one of my teams had a 3D modeler, 3D artist on it that was, I think, ranked maybe top, what is it, top 50 or something of all Street
Oh,
Fighter
wow.
players or whatever. He was like one of the top ones, which was crazy. And we had a tournament in house in our studio of Street Fighter, and he didn't participate because we thought it was unfair. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna play. It's okay. You guys have fun."
He
It's
should have
like,
been the last boss.
yeah, he would have crushed everybody. Anyway, he was really good.
That's
He's like,
awesome.
yeah, he was like I guess a pro player to a certain extent, but
Mhm.
but you worked in the
I had
games.
a really big Modern Warfare phase too. Like when the Modern Warfare Call of Duty the original came out,
Yeah.
where I had a group of guys and we played literally every night for like 2 years straight.
Oh, really?
And one of the guys I played with was in the top 20
Oh, wow.
in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So he carried you, and you didn't have to do anything. Is that what you're telling me?
pretty much. I mean, everybody on the team, including me, was in the top 1,000, but that's not as prestigious 5 minutes to bitch at you about not drawing Annie yet, and he was really weird. I think he had been drinking.
He got his body pillow and checked out.
I mean, even when he's sober, he's kind of weird, right?
Isn't that like everyone in here?
Yeah, especially that freaking laconic guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But Xana can usually type a coherent sentence. He was like all over the place tonight.
On a Thursday night, yeah, it's possible.
Trey is flexing his muscles as the chat's expert on school uniforms.
Oh god, here we go.
He was born into that culture, molded by it. If he fixes the uniform now, won't you guys have to like repose every Annie scene again?
Not really. With the new system, actually, all I have to do is change the art, and it gets automatically uploaded and
Ah.
swapped. Yeah, it's some of the changes we've done to the tech update that nobody knows about or will care, but it's actually pretty useful. But anyway, thanks to
I mean,
Stray.
I would recommend you sing that far and wide.
Yeah. So thanks to Stray, this new system helps a lot. Um, but the problem is more like things like cutscenes would have to be adjusted, or even this wallpaper now,
Hmm.
right? Like if we change the uniform, like now this is not gonna match, right?
Yeah.
But I don't
If
think
we're gonna change it, not worry about it until we actually get to her update, and then worry about it.
I
I mean,
think
even the wallpapers and cutscenes wouldn't be that bad. I would, well, I guess the animations, you're not generally clothed, but
yeah.
that's what like would intimidate me at having to change the
Oh yeah, of course.
character
Yeah.
designs or anything.
I gotta
Mark
go.
though, Sarah, I don't think you're going to be getting an all day stream for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Mama Cookie's broken foot, it ain't happening. But I wouldn't mind doing some once things settle down a little bit, for sure. I do miss doing them, like, just haven't been able to.
What's the time frame looking like on your house?
Oh, actually, they're ahead of time by scheduled by like a couple months.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a good team. It's a good crew that we hired. Like, they're not cheap too, but the reno was supposed to be ready and done in December, early December, and now it's looking like late September.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Maybe you get Thanksgiving and Christmas in the in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, they're crushing it. So yeah. But
Is
yeah.
everything going to plan?
Yeah, everything looks amazing. It's like they're doing a good job. So yeah. But it's like a known crew, like company that does a lot of big renos in our city, and they're pretty professional. Like they're really like well organized and like so. Like we were thinking of like hiring these other guys that we hired before for other renos, which are a lot cheaper. It's like a family run thing. It's like a dad and his son or whatever, father and son, and they're really good. They're really talented, and they're like so much cheaper, right? They're like super cheap. They're like really good. Like if you're on a budget, they're the best pick, because they do something really good and it's cheap, right? But they're always super booked, right?
Mm.
And they do take a bit more time to do, right? Their jobs, because obviously just two of them or whatever, right? They do hire out like the trades and stuff, but the majority of the work is done by them. But they were like booked for like 3 years ahead of schedule or whatever, right? So, and we wanted the reno done sooner than that because the kids needed a bedroom, right? So we went with that other company that's like really good and really known, but they're a bit more expensive, right? But they do a really good job and they're well organized and they're super fast. So we're like, all right, let's just spend a bit more money to get this done, and then we'll be, we can move in and be done with this thing. So anyway, that's our reno. But the problem is that like we're really far from the school, from our kids' schools. We're like a half-hour drive. So that adds up. Like half hour to drive there in traffic in the morning, and then it's like half hour to drive home so I can do some work, and then in the middle of the day, like at 2 in the afternoon, I have to like drive another half hour to go pick them up, and then drive a half hour to come. It's like 2 hours a day just driving already, you know. And then I have to like, you know, when I get to school, I have to like get the kids. I have to go in there, pack up their stuff. Like and then go get the other kid in the other room, and then I have to go to the other school next door for baby Cookie, the older one that's like in JK. It's like, it's a lot. Like I spend a lot of time just kind of like running around, like getting the kids and doing stuff. So, but yeah.
Oh, night, Jeb.
See you, Jab. Well, Jab I think is daytime for him, but yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
In the rush.
Have a good day at work.
Yeah.